Alrighty, so welcome everybody to what is it, session 39/21. How is everyone doing tonight?
Fine. Yippee.
Good. That's good. That's good.
Whoa.
So, unfortunately, we do not have Devin and Lana tonight. I think they specifically said they're not traveling, which is why they're not able to make it tonight. And I think Zoe has fallen asleep for the evening. So,
we gotta threaten him with violence.
So, where did we leave off with last session?
We throw a demon off an airship after beating him mercilessly.
Pretty sure we threw multiple demons off the ship.
Yeah, but there's the
Oh,
one
yeah,
in particular that we just smacked the hell out of.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're also like Fortnite dropping into the castle currently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The castle is roofed. I don't know how you planned on
We were
dealing with that.
flying through a window.
Pickaxes.
Okay. I don't actually even know if the
Someone said
map
he's-
has windows.
Oh wait, Church said he's crashing through the window, and the rest of us just.
Yeah. Though you can say that. I'm looking at the map. There's no windows.
Damn it!
There's like a single glass mural, but that's at the very opposite end of the castle from where Vic had previously like spied in on the throne room and like the front entrance.
Well, we're entering from that mirror then.
There
We
the
do
throne
have,
room
there are people on dragons, correct?
there are people there are people on dragons and there are people on drakes. At this point, you've surpassed everyone else, save for one other individual, making it to the castle. You guys are like the first people to make it to the castle.
Well, I mean, doesn't Tequila have a fire explosion gauntlet? He can just blow up a roof. I guess.
That is giving him the ability to cast magical spells, which specifically don't deal like structural damage.
I have a couple vials of alchemist fire.
Wait, shatter.
Do you?
Tequila's favorite spell typically damages buildings.
Yeah, I have 2 vials of alchemist fire that I got from that one alchemist when we first got to the Forbidden East. I can't remember the alchemist's name.
So I guess Petal's throwing 2 alchemist fire and Tequila's casting shatter, and we're blowing up the roof of the building. Let's go.
Okay, interesting.
Why do we go into every big fight by dropping in?
Because we have a flying airship.
Fortnite has ruined a generation of gamers.
Why is Vecna typing in the chat?
Why not?
Because no.
He's gone now. Went back to a demi-plane.
Uh-huh. Oh my god. No, now I know this is fake. This is a fake Vecna because he's casting demi-plane. And the other group was ruthlessly bullying me for that being one of the spells he does not have.
Really?
No.
Vecna doesn't have demi-plane?
Okay, hold on. Vecna doesn't have shit for spells. He doesn't have any fucking spells
Okay, but, like,
when I first took his adopted stat block and I gave it in, and I made him more of a wizard, he's got no spells.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, because he's dead. Sort of.
What? I mean, he's a lich.
Yeah, I don't know why the Lich didn't have very many spells.
I don't know either. That's
I
their whole
think-
thing is supposed to be like wizards who
I
refuse
think
to
they
die.
got more in 2024, but like, yeah, no.
I think it's in the master manual rework of most monsters. They just decided once per turn spells instead of actually giving them spells because it's way easier.
To an extent, but I know for like the Archmage just got an expanded spell list. Like it just has spells. It's a fucking wizard.
I guess Vecna wasn't on the list of being just a wizard.
His spells
I'm looking.
whack. His eye whack. His hand whack.
Okay, I'm looking at the new. I don't even want to say new because it's the 2014 Lich. Has a ton of spells, but
So
when I like
specifically
pulled, it's. Let me look at Vecna's stat block again. I mean, he has a bunch of other gimmicks, and like he kind of has. He's, I guess. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have a lot of spells. He's got at will spells. And then he's got He's got 2 per day spells and 1 per day spells, but he doesn't even have like spell slots. He doesn't have. He doesn't have a specific like. Oh, this is his level. He's not a blank level caster.
Yeah, I know that's something they were doing for boss monsters in general, but good lord.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? I guess that was when they were still doing beta stuff too, right?
This was Vecna Dossier. That was the stat block from Vecna Dossier.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's while they were still doing playtesting for 2024. I kind of want to go look and see if they gave him a new stat block in the monster manual, but I don't want to actually get up.
Okay. So, with all that with that weirdness out of the way, yeah. Also ignore the 2 players that are in the other group that are in the Roll20 right now. We're not having any crossover yet. They're just up. They just leveled up last session. I think that's what they're doing, or mid shopping spree. So I think that's what they're doing. Anyways, so last we left off, the group has joined the Aesir in traveling in sieging Vucarik's floating castle atop one of the Jotunheim cities. You all battled your way up the volcano, eventually making your way finally to Vucarik's castle. Having only loosely been seen a few times in the midst of your scouting, but now you are here in person, flying the spring wind just above Vucarik's castle. You can see around the castle there are all manner of Hezru and chain devils looking to fight off the very few soldiers that are able to actually pass through the wave of demons that are defending the side of the volcano. One of the very outlying figures that has managed to penetrate this barrier that this blockade the demons have formed is this adult iron dragon. This really slinky and metallic dragon that is currently attacking one of the chains that seems to hold Vucarik's castle down to the volcano. is currently attacking this chain when it's not currently dealing with oncoming Hezru and chain devils that are surrounding it. You know this as you recognize this dragon, as all of the dragons are in this combat, as a mount of the Aesir court, but you're not familiar you forget which one of the Aesir court this mount belongs to. But you all are flying up towards the which one is it? Towards the castle. And I'd like you all, this is the map of the castle. You could see down here in the corner is the iron dragon. You could see different shapes that line out where the chains are that are hooking to the sides to the rim of the volcano. And from my understanding is you are flying straight directly above the castle and lobbing alchemist fire and shatter spells down onto the roof.
Wait, before lobbing alchemist fire at it, what's the roof made of?
The roof is looks to be made of this what once was this metallic like material now seems to be aged, rusted, without its pristine reflection that it should probably have. It looks ruined like like all the other structures that you've come across in Jotunheim, but this one looks very outstanding from the other. This one looks like it's almost made out of a metal.
Okay. I guess I feel like shatter spells would probably do the job on their own if it's kind of rusted and everything. Like, I don't know how much fire would actually matter.
Okay. So, Tequila, are you going to try to shatter spell these? The roof?
Yeah, I guess I am. I only have like, 2 though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if you want to.
Yeah.
Is it like second level spells?
Yeah, they're second level, and
Yeah,
I'm
I don't know if you want to
perfectly
waste
willing
those or not.
Well, I'll waste them. I'm just saying, like, if those don't break through, I don't.
I'll
Fuck
fucking do
it.
it.
Fuck it. I'll
We're doing
try
it.
and soften it up with fire. Maybe it'll make it softer.
It won't.
Okay, well, I tried.
This
I
castle is
unfortunately-
floating over top of a volcano, constantly emitting a ruptuous heat. Anything the alchemist fire would do would already be nullified by the sheer amount of heat emitting from the volcano. Okay. Non-magical objects that is a more okay. Also takes the damage if it's area. This is the. I keep forgetting if a creature made of an inorganic material such as. I don't even think I'm checking if the castle would have a disadvantage, but I don't even know if it would roll a save.
They
I
don't
think
get a save. It's not a
it
creature.
just objects
They just take
auto-fail.
damage.
Yeah, that's fair. So so you all, let me get the music actually going. So you fly all the way up to the top of the castle and look, and Tequila, you look down from the railing, from the deck of the Springwind, as you launch this shatter spell down onto the top roof. You know that the throne room is right here. If you just, do you just want to like shoot it straight down from directly on top and shoot straight into the throne room?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just launch the 2 shatter spells. 30 collective thunder damage riddles across the across the stone, you can see as the shatter spell emits, there is this layer of dust that has been and debris that has been collecting on the roof just exhumes and scatters throughout in this massive area you can from your shatter spell, and eventually the metal buckles and cracks and shatters like glass as the debris falls into the throne room. So, with that said, let me see if this will. Yeah. Okay. So, I think this is too big. So let me get this down to about. I think that's it. Okay, so I'm gonna place this here for purposes. And then I'm going to give you guys a vision of this. Now, while I'm doing this, do any of you give any sort of directions to Cornelius upon, like, what's the plan after you all jump in, and who is actually jumping in? Because I know the players are gonna jump in, but also, do you want the Inheriar to join you? Do you want Cornelius to stay put where he is?
I feel like the Inherior should probably stay with the ship because stuff's gonna fly at it.
Makes sense. Tequila, are we bringing Daisy inside?
No,
Okay.
it's too many people.
And then, am I missing anyone else? I know.
Should we drag Ralph into this and just ruin his
Come
week?
on, wake up! You already missed like 3 waves. What's one more? Okay. So you have made a. I'll say you've made a hole like here. What's the actual radius of this? 10-foot radius. So it's more. It's something like that, just a little bit bigger. Okay. There's that. There's the hole that you've made. You guys can go ahead and place yourselves where you want to be at the start of combat. Oh boy, wait, I gotta make. We can. Do you guys want to re-roll your initiative scores, or do we want to use the scores from the last encounter?
Does anyone remember their initiative from the last encounter?
No.
I have it
No.
still here, but it's all on the previous map. So I just have to like copy it into this new order.
On one hand, I remember us getting some really crazy initiative rolls. On the other, I do like rolling dice.
That's
Alright,
fair.
let's put down
Roll
our
I know.
fucking dice.
From what I've seen, Church, Myra, Tequila all rolled natural 20s. So
Yeah.
did Petal, rolled a natural 20.
I remember
Drew,
we
you
had
have a
lot of
9.
people up front and then at the very end.
Yeah, it was Church, Myra, Daisy, Tequila, Champ, Petal, Cornelius, Citrine, Drew, Hecate, Vic. In that order,
Damn.
without excluding enemies. Drew, you rolled like a 9. Hecate and Vic rolled a 9 and a 6 and a 5. And then Citrine, you rolled a 14. If you guys want to re-roll, I'll just delete this turn order. Alright. Go ahead and place yourselves on the map and re-roll initiative.
All right, where would we be on the map here?
You would be at the moment on the top deck.
Ah,
You are about you are about 30 feet from the roof and another 40 feet from the actual floor.
We have Featherfall access, right?
yes.
Yes.
Who needs advantage on initiative? I can give it. I'll give it.
I believe
give
you
to the
already
person who
gave
rolled
that.
it.
I
Did you already
already have initiative, or like I just have initiative on, or advantage on initiative. So
Same.
How many times can you do that per
I just have
per
it.
long rest? Well, I mean no, per long rest Drew.
I
Because
can
you prob-
use it. I can use it any number of times.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess if no one wants it, I'll use it on myself.
Okay.
Actually, I rolled pretty well. I don't think I need.
I'll take it.
Church gets the. Sure, why not?
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see, church. Also, Jake, if you can move to push to talk, please, because we can hear background conversation. Thank you. Okay, so let me roll for church. That was without advantage? Yes. Okay. And then Hecate. All right. Hecate is on. Okay, so we have a warlock of the Raven Queen, we have a lunar sorcerer, and we have a Kensei monk. Who would like to? Would anyone like to control them?
I can say if one of them would be willing, I can turn one of them into a giant ape or a T-Rex and just control them because I now have polymorph.
Stick that on the monk. We've already got a monk and a pugilist, so
I don't actually like. I genuinely don't know it. Like, I know why that would like for purposes so that we don't have to worry about controlling them as a player. But I also just think that wouldn't benefit a single person.
I'm just putting it out there.
in what world is a T-Rex not beneficial?
You know, you got me there.
Who's ready to be T-Rex?
I'm just putting it out there
Probably not.
as an option. I can also turn someone else into a T-Rex if that would be beneficial.
Oh, you could turn an absent player into a T-Rex and then control them. Hello.
Yep. What?
The thing is, at least for our actual player characters, we probably want them. But
Yeah.
that NPC monk looking real T-Rexy right now. What were the others? It was a sorcerer and what else?
Lunar Sorcerer and Warlock of the Raven Queen.
Okay.
I guess we can. Warlock is easy to control, cause we can just say the Eldritch Blast all the time. So let's go Sorcerer, cause they're the most difficult. So the Sorcerer is now a T-Rex.
Well, Church has his Mapricor, which is kind of complicated too.
He's got his flurry of blows.
But
Both
I know how to
figuratively
roll.
and literally.
Yeah.
Um,
But spell lists are more complicated. So.
I'm gonna put these two over here because that's the initiative trackers. There's not actually a Chained Devil and Hecate over here. What animal are we changing Hecate into?
T-Rex.
Is that something that can actually be done?
Yes,
Yes.
it's an 8th level. It's 8 CR, and
Okay.
we are 8th level.
Hell yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I have the stat block pulled up.
Oh boy. I don't even know if it would be on Roll20.
It should be. I know they were in the monster manual for.
Yeah, I
both
just don't
editions.
know what it would be called, so I'm kind of just scrolling down.
It's Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Okay, there we go. Okay. That should be popping. There we go. So, there's that. Let me give you guys control access just so that you can actually move the token.
Beautiful.
Hecate is now a dinosaur. Okay, so anything else needs to be? Yep, this needs to be rolled. Okay. All right, and then lastly, or no, actually, two more. Nope, I'm just gonna do the one. Spoilers. There we go. Okay. So, oh, it's not on scene. There we go. Okay, so with that, I think that's everyone. Cornelius and the Inherior are sticking back to man the Springwind. And so is Daisy. We're not talking about Ralph. Okay, so we'll skip over this turn for now. And we'll go to Church. So, who is controlling Church?
I guess since Church and Peddle are next to each other in initiative, I'll take him.
Okay.
Can I see his character sheet?
Yes, you can. I'm surprised I still haven't given editing access to everyone at this point. There we go.
You're wonderful. Thank you. So mostly want to read the Hermaphrocore. I don't know where he has that saved.
I don't think he does.
Oh,
I wouldn't be
delightful.
surprised if he doesn't.
Yeah,
but
I'm not finding it.
It is in the group 2 items list. I believe everyone has access
Wonderful.
to that.
Yes.
I believe he's already used one charge at least.
One card. Okay. So I guess we'll have him spend one of them, and then go ahead and jump in.
Okay. So is he jump because so Featherfall specifically is a reaction spell for everyone actively falling. So if you want, so theoretically, if you want Church to just dive in without the Featherfall, that he can do that. Especially with, I think, he has an ability that like negates that tremendously.
He can negate 30 fall damage.
Okay.
So I don't
So-
know if it would be.
He's currently
Relevant?
70 feet from the floor.
Oh, 70 feet?
Yeah, it's
I was
30
thinking it
feet
was
from
30.
the roof. 30 feet from the roof, 40 feet from the floor.
So how much would jumping 70 feet deal?
That would be, I believe, 46.
46. Okay, I mean, Petal doesn't have a way to break her fall, I don't think. So I guess you said we can have the whole crew get featherfalled.
Yes, but whoever is doing that has to cast that while the people who need it are actively falling. It's a reaction spell, I believe.
Okay. So I guess who's casting featherfall, and are we all just jumping in?
I
Who has
assumed we
feather?
were all jumping in.
I can cast it. I also don't need to jump in, and at least one other person can fly in with me.
Yeah, and I can also cast Featherfall, so we are all.
Okay, so the three of us all jump in together. Drew, Petal, and Church.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the
sounds
T-Rex-
good. Yeah, I mean the three of us are all like right next to each other in initiative. So I don't
Okay.
know if you're willing to make that a relevant concession in this case.
Um,
To assume we're all kind of falling together.
Tequila, you're not jumping in, are you?
Right now, I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on how like.
Are
The
you going to
spell
need
plays
Featherfall?
working,
Are you
right?
going to need the Featherfall?
Yeah, I could use the featherfall.
Okay, because I will allow that, like, while Tequila is casting that last shatter spell, everyone jumps in, and then just like and then the shatter breaks the roof as you all are slow falling into the hole. So, and then you can use that reaction to trigger Featherfall. So
Works for me.
or whoever wants to can trigger Featherfall. So everyone that is jumping in with Featherfall definitely should go now. Be off and just begin falling now. Which I believe that's all of you. Why is the T-Rex not popping up on my player view? That's very interesting. Okay. So all of you are actively falling. Does the fall happen before or after your turn?
Are we doing that as like we're rolling initiative, I guess?
Why is this not popping up? What is that? That's so weird.
It feels like a dramatically appropriate start to the fight to be that or for that to be us rolling initiative.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you I'll say the people that are falling in actively can go ahead. We'll start the round inside.
Fallen.
Just straight, because at that point you probably have like dropped 10 feet before the actual shatter and before you casted Featherfall, and then your turn happens and you just drop. 60 feet into the room. Let me.
Ballin'. What all can we see?
You all can see.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yep, that was not what I intended on doing. But yeah, sure. That's the only room that matters is the throne room. You all enter and see. I'm gonna move this guy to the back. Back you go. You all immediately drop in. It's a very epic landing pose, especially highlighted by the massive fucking T-Rex behind you. You can see, battling it out in the center of the room is Vucarik and Heimdall. Vucarik is lunging forward with this very sentient set of chains that are all wrapping around him. And Heimdall is just duking it out with his massive greatsword. There are chain devils rushing into the room to help Vucarik. And that's the scene. So we'll start with Church being the first to drop into the room. 60 feet.
So yeah, that's bonus action activating the Hermaphrocore.
Mm-hmm.
And then gonna come, I'll say around this guy. And that's, I guess, 3 attacks?
Yes.
2 for a standard multi-attack and then 1 for the hasted action.
I believe you can do multi-attack, or no, you can do extra attack through haste, using a hasted action.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 punches.
Mm-hmm. And then he normally has a bonus action attack that he uses. Either it's he can spend a key point to do an unarmed strike as a bonus action if you want to do that.
He spent the bonus action
You did. That's
to
my bad.
activate the
Okay.
Hermaphrocore. So,
Yep. Okay.
yeah, it's just gonna be the 4 standard unarmed strikes.
Okay. Oh, goddamn. All right. The second one hits. Actually, does he have advantage on this?
He didn't on. No, I accidentally had it set to advantage.
Okay, so the first 2 don't hit. The second 2 hit but don't crit. 6 and 13. Okay.
And actually have him come around to this side of the of this demon
Okay.
and
I
chill
believe
there for
that's
the
something you can do. Let me move
unless
this
there's
real quick.
something blocking it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a wall. This chain devil
Never
is up
mind.
against the wall.
Never
just move.
mind.
Okay.
So he's just gonna chill there in that case.
Okay. Sounds good. Can I make this transfer?
And for Petal's turn, gonna run up and do the same thing. 2 attacks to start.
The jumping
Okay.
continue.
We're jumping this dude.
Mm-hmm. All right, you get flanking.
Correct. So I have advantage.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. Okay. Okay. The 14 misses, but go ahead and roll another d8 because that 28 crits.
I believe it just does the extra 8 damage. Let me pull up the item real quick.
If it crits, it does max damage.
Let me read. 1 second. Yeah, if you roll a 20 on the d20. Okay, so now it's not on a crit, it's on a nat 20.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an extra d8. Beautiful.
Okay, so 17. 17 damage. All right.
And I'll just do the one unarmed strike for my bonus action.
All right.
Add another d8.
Yeah. Go for it. Okay, so 16 more damage.
The jumping continues.
It does indeed. He is half health.
Beautiful. And I think that will... Is this gate next to us open?
The gate.
The doorway or whatever?
Yes, the front doors are open because Heimdall decided to go the more formal
Traditional.
way inside.
So I'm gonna run up and get in this other devil's face. Or demon's face, I forgot which ones they are. D&D makes them confusing. But I'm just
Okay.
gonna get right up on him and chill there.
Okay. Oh, my bad. This gate here,
Yes.
that's my bad. That one is closed, but it is easily openable. I was thinking you were talking about the front entrance of the throne room.
Well, in that case, I'll come over to this guy instead and get in his
Okay.
face. I've got the
Uh,
movement either way.
Is there anything preventing an attack of opportunity?
Mobile feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good. I know. Yeah, I know it. Okay. Next up is Drew.
All right. Starry for. And,
Okay.
Starry form. You know which one. Yippee.
All right.
And I'll use my action to wait my channel divinity. Go. Let's go.
Okay.
That's my turn. Oh, I'll probably go behind the T-Rex.
Okay. You is a 30-foot radius.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Vucarik is going to make a series of attacks. So he's gonna do 4 chain attacks. Okay. Two of those, I believe it. God, why is everything just bugging out for me right now? Yeah, 2 of those hit for 15, 31, 9 fire damage. So collective 40 damage. All right. And he is grappled. As you just watch all of these chains come unleashing forward from Vucarik and just start striking him, very much so like the chain devils you had fought. And as they do, they just wrap around Heimdall as he continues to be attacked by these chains. And then Heimdall, or not Heimdall, Vucarik. I think that's it for Vucarik. Myra.
All right. Before I move, is either Citrine or Vic on the broom with me?
I'll leave that up
Oh,
to.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
I'm just going to move over and like down 10 feet if you just want to move your token to follow me. And then I will throw a. Starting to run low on spell slots. Okay. I will. Is there anyone else on the ship who needs to get down?
Vic has his own way down.
Yeah, he can fly,
Okay.
right?
He has an ability that allows him to teleport and swap places with his raven.
Hell yeah.
He can also turn into a
Great.
raven, so.
Then I don't need to do that, so I will just do a first level chromatic orb towards the chain demon Petal is fighting.
Alright.
For ice
She
damage.
fuck. Alright. Go ahead and roll another 3d8. That crits. Okay. 21.
Not great damage.
21. You said which damage?
Ice.
Ice. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
I know they're immune to, or I'm pretty sure these were the ones who were immune to fire. So
They are immune to fire, yes. And you've exploited a weakness. As Petal,
nice.
you rush forward towards this chain demon. You immediately notice this orb of ice and cold just freeze over, and you could see it's almost like just like immediately gets their entire like side of their body gets cryo freezed as their entire arm just gets like frozen in ice. They are vulnerable to ice damage, to cold damage specifically. Oop, that's not the right thing.
Fuck yeah.
As that was. Yep. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
yes.
All right. Citrine.
I will fire an arrow at the chain demon fighting church.
Okay.
Does
23
that have
hits.
advantage?
I don't think so. No.
I tried.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
23
I do
still
think
hits
you get
though.
sneak
So
attack because church is next to it.
They are lined up directly.
Yeah, I think if you get sneak attack if one of your allies is within 5 feet.
okay. In that case, go. That is go ahead and roll sneak attack damage as well. Goddamn. All right. So this that is
The bullying will
6,
continue.
24. We really need to get you a magical bow.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn? You should have
Yeah,
just bought a
that's
magical
it.
bow while you were in the place with all the magic items.
I was more focused on getting a magical like sword. Okay.
All right. Tequila.
I am going to move away from the chain demon.
Okay.
Chain devil?
Anything preventing an
Whichever.
attack of opportunity from you?
No, have at it.
Okay. Gonna make a single chain attack. 22.
Hold on, I got to take off my haste. I'm not hasted. That hits.
Okay, so that's 11 slashing damage, and you are grappled. So as you like turn to run away, you see the Church just watches this arm reach back towards Tequila and just like strikes at your shoulder, which then slithers around and like wraps around your upper torso.
Okay,
It
so
is
I don't get to move away?
You are able to use your action to try to escape his grasp if you want to.
No, that'd be a waste. Um, um, certainly changes the plan. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to hit him.
Okay.
Although, can I move at all, or can I just not move away from him?
Until you break the grapple, no.
Okay. And yeah, I'm just punching him normal then.
Okay, go ahead. First one crits, second one hits. Okay. And then yeah. I like to imagine like this demon wraps its chain around you, and you just grab the chain, yank it forward, and just fucking launch your thunder gauntlets into his face, and you kill it.
Oh, great.
You are no longer grappled. Actually, go ahead and roll another d8 to see. I don't think this would matter because if you roll enough damage, yeah, no. I was gonna say if you rolled enough damage, you would have the second attack can go somewhere else, but no. Okay, so that you are now able to move.
Okay, I'll just move. Little. I guess I should be near Drew. I'll move back here, and that'll be it.
All right. Next up is Hecasaurus.
All right. Let me pull this up. Oh, man. There we go. Okay. We'll just have her focus on this guy for now. So one was bite, one was tail. It cannot make both attacks against the same target. What is the distance on the tail? Okay. They will move here. We will do bite attack against this dude.
Okay. 24 hits.
That is. Why did it not roll damage? There we go.
Fuck. Okay. I was gonna say this is not magical damage, so it's not gonna do a lot, but 17. 17 damage.
It's
Okay,
also
and
grappled.
it is grappled in the jaws of this beast. As you just like fucking pick it up off the ground, and it just flails around in your jaws.
And tail again attack against the one that I previously hit with
Yeah.
the chromatic orb.
An 18 does hit.
There we go.
19. All right. Halved to 9. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's her turn.
All right. Hizru. Just the one guy. As none of the Hezru have decided to make their entrance into the room and are just fighting the things outside. Next up is Vic. Does anyone want to control Vic's character? Okay.
I vote
so
that he casts Eldritch Blast if no one else is calling for
Yeah.
anything.
he's probably gonna do that. First, he has to get inside. I just have to verify how exactly his item works. Okay, so Vic is going to send his Raven inside. Going to use his reaction to blink into the room, to just teleport into the room, swapping places with the Raven, and he's gonna launch an Eldritch Blast at.
Send it at the grappled one, because wouldn't that have advantage?
Yes it yeah. Yes it would, I think. From him being
Is that grappled or is it restrained?
that's
It is grappled. And
The target
restrained.
is grappled and restrained, so it definitely has advantage.
Okay. It's both. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Is that the rules
It
of
is both
the
grappled
bite?
and restrained.
God
Once it's been
damn.
bitten.
Okay. Well.
To be fair, he's being bit by a fucking T-Rex.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. Okay. Yeah. Let me go ahead and roll Eldritch Blast. Do it twice. 22 and 17 both hit for 13, 8 for 21. Lance of Lethargy. Yeah. He's supposed to be knocked back, but I don't think that. Oh. He's supposed to be knocked back.
Into
Let
the
me
wall
actually.
that's right behind him.
Yeah, I'm more worried about it being out of the jaws of the grappled and restrained. Let me verify if if any of those crit. No. So yeah, I think just like Hecate kind of just has him in this jaws, and then it's just like being shot into a wall. Just
Yeah, it's just legs just
Vic
keep
is just
giving,
like
it's
pummeling
got
him
a
into a
nasty bruise on its hip.
yeah. Okay. Next up are the Chain Devils. So the one is gonna go here. The one is gonna go back behind church. Here. This guy's gonna shift over. This guy's gonna walk in and down. This guy's gonna up and out. This guy's gonna open the door and just be there, and so is this guy. Okay, so we have two Chain Devils who are flanking church. Two in which that are going to attack Petal. Both of them are flanking with each other. And three are attacking Hecate. One of them is with disadvantage. Each one of these Chain Devils can make 2 attacks. So we'll start with church first. 17 and 18, I don't think hit either. Don't hit his AC, especially with the Hermacron core.
Yeah, his AC is listed at 25 right now.
That makes
Jesus.
I have no
Sure.
clue how he got there.
I mean, okay, so it's Dex plus Wisdom. How? I couldn't. Is he wearing armor?
It's 10 plus Dex plus Wisdom.
That's 16. Plus
Um,
2 from haste, that's 18.
does he have any of like the bracers of defense or something like that?
He does have bracers of defense.
That gets him up
Ooh.
to 20.
Um,
And then haste gives him an AC boost.
that we already factored that.
Okay.
That got him up to 20. I can't figure out where this other 5 came from. Is it something to do with his Ranger Conclave?
I wouldn't
Can't find
see.
anything for that. Does he have the shield spell? And maybe that doesn't have a shield spell. Where did the other 5 come from? I mean, regardless, he has an AC of at least 20.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It might be from when Drew was casting shield on him, because
You can do
Drew can
that?
Drew's magic item is allowing him to allow him to cast stuff like shield and cure wounds from a distance by him just attaching a little device onto the back of
That's
certain
probably
players.
what
He's
it
done
was.
that before, so he's probably
Yeah.
at 25
That-
because of Drew.
That's probably where that was.
But no, both of those don't hit anyways. Second guy, both of those certainly hit. Drew, do you want to spend a shield spell or no? Take that as a no. It's gonna be 17, 26. That's 68. And he is grappled. Next up is 2 guys attacking Petal, both with advantage. 1, 2, 1, 2. So there's a 17 hit.
Not after I cast the shield spell.
There's a 20 hit after that.
No.
Okay, so just the 2 27s.
Yeah, I can't stop the 27s.
27. Yeah, okay. So that is going to be. Does a 23 hit?
23 hits.
Okay, so that is 15, 28, 36 slashing damage towards you, and you are also grappled. And then do the 2 chain devils attacking Hecate next. These are not with advantage. 1, 2, 1, 2. The AC is 13, so
Yeah,
all of those
so-
hit. That's
These-
11.
Does one of these guys have disadvantage because he is in her mouth?
No, these are the 2 guys at the top right of Hecate. We'll get to that
Okay.
guy next.
So 11, 11, 11, 12.
45.
Thank you. That is.
And then 2 more. These ones will be at disadvantage. 1, 2. Both of those still hit for another 23. It doesn't say, it doesn't have a height requirement, so, or it doesn't have a size requirement. So Hecate is also grappled. Next up is, two of them are attacking, one of them is attacking Vic, one of them is attacking Tequila. First with Tequila. It's a 23 hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And Vic's AC is 14. So let me roll. God damn. Okay, so it's another.
So I did just look this up. The target of a grapple must be no larger than one size larger than the creature attempting to grapple.
Okay. Normally in the NPC descriptions that would be explicitly stated, but I guess not.
Good point.
Okay, so that's
The grapple
27.
condition-
I'll allow it. It's Hecate's not grappled yet. That is 27 damage to Vic. 13 damage to Tequila, and both of you are grappled. Okay. That is all the Chain Devils. Move up to Heimdall. Heimdall is going to use a bonus action as you watch him kind of just like fizzle and diffuse into this radiant light, and he just teleports 10 feet away as the chains that were wrapping around him just droop down, no longer keeping purchase on him, and he is going to make, count 'em, 3 attacks. Go 1, 2, 3. Fuck. All right. What's his AC? So the first one crits. The second 2 hit. That is going to be 29 plus 24 plus 5 plus 4 plus 30 plus 6, and then plus 5 plus 4 plus 6 again, because Vucarik is vulnerable to radiant damage. And then I'm going to roll another 3d10 and 2d8. Plus 22 plus 20. 155 damage. My god. All right.
Well, I'm glad he's.
Yeah, remember when you were talking about how no NPCs? There's your guy. Okay.
I mean, it would have been good. Yeah.
All right. That is going to be Heimdall's turn. Next up is Church. Aaron?
Oh, sorry, I forgot I'm church today. Okay, so he is restrained by which of these guys?
He is grappled by, we'll say this guy up top.
Okay. Oh yeah, because the one under him is dead, or is that a separate one?
This is a separate one.
Okay.
We'll move this guy over to the side.
Well, I guess he'll use his first
Grapple
action,
doesn't actually do anything.
but
can
he's
just
also
attack.
restrained
It just
then-
Yeah,
then
the
yeah.
and
text
takes
also says restrained.
2d6 piercing damage at the start of his turn.
Yep. Grapple. Wait. The bite is grappled and restrained, right? Wait.
That's
That
also
was the
the
chain attack.
chain. Yeah, target is grappled. Escape DC 14. Until the grapple ends, the target is restrained and takes 2d6
Ah, I
piercing
got you.
damage.
Okay. Okay. So he's gonna take another 7 piercing damage.
All right. So that puts him down to 61. He'll use the first action to try and break out of the grapple.
Okay.
It's a strength save? Or is it a
Yes.
flat strength check? Yes.
Did Church have any temp HP from Drew's aura?
I started it after his turn.
Yeah.
But I thought you got. Oh, right. Never mind.
It's at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that first strength
Uh,
save fails.
So with that understanding, does everybody aside from Church have, or actually who went before? Yeah, everybody except for Petal and Church would have your temp HP.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and all right, so everyone will have 8 temporary hit points except for Church and Petal. The 9 strength save does not make it.
Okay.
What's that?
Wait,
Um,
isn't to escape grapples is like acrobatics can be.
Let me see. Escape.
Hold up. Yeah, I've got it pulled up here.
Escape a grapple is choice.
Athletics or acrobatics.
athletics or acrobatics. So go. Yeah, you
So-
can go ahead and make an acrobatics.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to keep the same roll, his acrobatics is just +3 more.
Okay.
Which
That would plus
still
3 more.
fails.
It still fails.
So that, yeah, it still fails. So for his second action, does he try it again, or does he just punch the dude? I guess he tries to break it again.
Okay. That does it.
That doesn't. Okay. So bonus action. I guess just gonna kick the guy that had grappled him.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if you want to spend a key point, you can do that twice.
This is true, but he only has 2 key points left.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is after. This is not going after. This is after all of the waves of battles from the last session. So.
Does a 14 hit?
No.
Okay. So that will be Church's turn.
Petal.
Petal is also going to use her action to try and break that
Okay.
break that hold. Give me an athletics check.
A 14
It's
just makes
14.
it.
Yes. So that's her action. Bonus action. Yes. Gonna use that. Oh, forgot to take the damage from being grappled at the start of the turn, so that's 2d6 for her.
5.
Okay, so that's marked. She broke out of it, used the dig deep ability, and isn't in a great spot. Think I just take a step back and call
Okay.
that good.
Drew. Oh yeah. Go ahead and roll again for Church to get the temp HP.
Oh yes.
Petal would not have temp HP because even if you didn't move, because the aura just barely misses you.
Correct.
Okay, so Church gets 7. Okay. Do you still want to move? Or
think I still take the step back.
okay. Alright. And then
All right. Sadly, I think I'll kill body. Wait, only 2 guys need. Well, 3 guys need. So yeah, I can actually. Yes, pop, pop. Plus, is 9 healing, which is increased to 28 plus.
what is the
Which is increased by this amount.
so it's everyone within range.
Within range of a normal healing word. So 60.
Yep. Okay. And then
Everyone heals 21. Yippee, my last 3rd level spell slot.
Hell yeah.
okay. Everyone gains 21 healing. Vic is that. Okay.
And you can say also. Right.
Alright, so then
Actually, by the way, Iris, I think I was doing the entire Tron complex wrong this entire time.
why?
Because I thought it was just I killed them, but apparently I give them a drone and they can their reaction give themselves.
Can I get a shield?
Hold on. Device is applied to target. You
I
gain the
read
ability
the
to cast.
as a react. I forgot. Yeah, I read the as a reaction. I give them a shield, and I thought it worked just like a shield spell. Just as a reaction.
Using the attuned creature's reaction. It's the attuned creature's reaction, which would be you.
When was you gain the ability to...
Cast shield around a target using the attuned creature's reaction. That is your reaction, because you are the creature attuned to the Voltron ward.
Okay.
Yeah, so whenever it refers to the attuned creature, that's implying you are the attuned creature.
Okay. Well, we can say like last time that they're just around everybody because we had prep time. So yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing with my bonus. Nothing with my bonus action. I go back into my behind everyone else.
Okay.
And yep, I get temp HP.
Okay. Next up is Vucarik. Who is going to continue attacking Heimdall?
But I think I have to. Sadly.
Okay. All right then.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Have fun, guys.
Stay safe. Don't do drugs.
Okay. So, going to do 4 chain attacks. 15, 22 hits. These are now advantage. 26, 24. Okay, so uh, 22 plus 20 plus 15 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4 equals 68. All right. Why is... All right. All right, and then he is grappled again. And I think I'm going to... Aaron, could you roll a wisdom saving throw for Church?
Church? Awesome.
God damn. All right. That is just the save.
Go Church,
Uh,
go.
Yeah. Put that in the chat for the people.
Ah.
Yeah. Yep.
That's so long.
It is a thing. Anyways, that is going to be the end of that turn. And we move on to Myra.
All right.
What are we doing?
I will. Is there any, or do any of the chained people look particularly nasty?
Nasty damage wise? Like health?
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy is the one that you hit with ice. He's still pretty wounded. This guy is in Hecate's jaws. I feel like that should be clear. He's not doing too hot. Tequila and Vic are currently being grappled by people that have not been hit. And Church is in a chain demon sandwich right now.
Because I'm trying to minimize the number of, because I only have so many spell slots left. Church is not currently grappled, correct?
No.
Is anyone currently grappled?
That would be Tequila and Vic.
Okay, Vic can...
And also Heimdall, but...
Yeah. Vic and Heimdall, I think, can get out of their stuff. Tequila, would you like to be ungrappled?
Yes, please.
Cool. Vortex warp.
Okay. All right. It's a con save from the Chain Devils, right?
Oh, I was gonna move Tequila, so I didn't even have to do...
Okay. Yeah, sure. So I've started a Waterdeep campaign as a player with using Vortex Warp. It is so fun.
it's very fun.
Where do you place Tequila?
Where would you like to go? You have 90 feet.
Oh, I just have 90 free feet.
Yeah. It's crazy. Well, it's
Some
a 90
people
foot
would roll for that
radius.
many feet.
It's 90 foot radius from Myra's position. So it's literally just like you can move them up to 180 feet if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Let me see if that's within range.
Yeah. I think this entire map is not 180 feet.
Somewhere
Yeah,
over here
the
would
only
be
other
nice.
only other stipulation has to be I can see it, and I am currently 20 feet, 20, 30 feet in the air, so I can see everything.
Okay. So like while being grappled, Myra kind of just lowers the broom. It's just like, hey, so like, you want to go over there?
Yes, please.
And you are
That was
Vortex
so
Warped,
smart.
just sent right over here. That is your action, Myra?
Yes. I have no bonus actions, and I like where I am.
All right, it's a train.
I will shoot this devil.
Okay. 26 crits. Go ahead and roll that, and then go ahead and roll another d6, and then go ahead and roll your sneak attack.
Oh, and that's a crit on the sneak attack.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and roll another. Go ahead and roll crit sneak attack again. Okay. You
Fuck 'em.
nail this man right through. Your arrow slips right through all of the chains enveloping his face, and it sinks right into his eye and goes straight through his head. He's immediately dead.
Perfect.
Okay. Is that your
And
turn?
how high up am I?
Probably about 30 feet. I can you can have the broom take us down. The broom is technically a sentient object and acts on its own turn.
I just don't want you to get attacked while we're down low.
I mean, the broom has, I believe, 80 feet of movement in between movement and dash. So, like, we can have the broom go down and back up.
So I want to hop off and get up close.
Yeah, I
Okay.
will have had the broom drop down, and then come back up.
All right, perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
So you are now on the ground.
So yeah, I go down. I drop Citrine off, and I go, "Hey, Tequila, do you want to be over there?"
Like
And
got like the
then
little sound effect, like the Jetsons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I just go back up again because I'm squishy. And I
All
built
right,
my
Citrine,
character to
you
just
have
sit on a
used
perch.
half your movement to get to where you are.
I'll stay where I am for now.
Okay. Sounds good. Tequila.
I am going to go ahead and use my last third level and just shoot a lightning bolt right down this alley here.
Oh my god.
Wait,
Okay.
how wide is lightning bolt? Is it 5 feet or
It's a
is it 10
5-foot
feet?
wide lightning bolt.
Okay, so you can't get.
So it's straight down the
skies, but
line.
that's still-
I should clarify, this man is yeah, actually you can see that. For some reason all
Yeah.
my tokens, whenever there's like on my screen, the X is behind all the tokens. So like it's hard to tell which one's alive and which one's dead. But yeah, you sink it down just straight down the line. Everyone watches as Tequila disappears, and then a lightning bolt just shrieks across the room. There's 3 deck saves from all of these guys. They have magical resistance, but only a +2. DC 17.
Let me check real quick.
Yeah, that's what it says on the thing.
Yeah, 17.
Okay, so only one of them fails the save. But go ahead and roll 8d6 lightning damage.
I don't remember how to type out a roll anymore.
Okay. 34 lightning damage. And then the guy that saves takes 17. So I'm gonna say this guy at the very end fighting Church takes 17. And then these guys are gonna take 34. Okay. Sounds good. They definitely are rattled as like you see the lightning course through them and almost ricochet around their chains as well as they just rebound off their metallic chains and just bounce back onto their own skin. They are that was incredibly beefy. All right, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Nice. All right, next up is Hecasaurus.
All right. Once again, biting the man in her
Mhm.
mouth.
Okay.
And she
21
have
does hit.
advantage on that.
36. As you just continue to just like you're basically just pressing down your jaws onto this chain devil for another 18.
And then that guy will get the tail.
Okay. A 16 just hits
Beautiful.
for 7. Or no, that would be 6. Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Next up is Vic. So Vic is going to just Eldritch Blast this, or no, the attacks have disadvantage. So they're just going to teleport away from the from this chain devil, and then they're going to shoot. They're gonna actually move backwards
If Vic
instead.
wants to come up to the broom,
Um,
I now have a space open.
they are just going to teleport here and shoot the one attacking Petal that's still alive. That's going to be 2 Eldritch Blast from Vic. Both of those miss. God. Okay. Next up are the Chain Devils. So Citrine, you are actually you're right on the wall. You're against the wall. You're not actually there yet. So Citrine, you are on the ground now. So that guy's going to attack you. This guy's gonna keep pursuing Vic. This guy's gonna move up. And the 2 Chain Devils are now gonna turn around to Tequila and are going to run around here. This will provoke an opportunity attack from Hecate.
Can't bite 2 people at the same time, so I will do another tail attack.
12 is gonna miss. Or no, you have flanking. So that's a 25.
Oh, cool.
Fuck. All right. 11. Okay. And then so that is going to be 2 attacking Church. 1 attacking Petal, 2 attacking Tequila, 1 attacking Vic, 1 attacking Citrine. The ones attacking Church. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe just the 21 and 26 are going to hit. But Drew, I'll say Drew gives their reaction, unless someone else will probably need it. I think actually I'm gonna give the reaction to Vic if he needs that. So instead, Church is just going to take 19 slashing damage and is grappled. And then Petal. Okay. Next up is Tequila. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That is 9, 26, 38.
Which one's the first two attacks?
The first two, because I have a feeling I know what you're doing. It's gonna be this guy.
Oh yeah, you do know. So after the
Just-
9 hits, I repulsion shield. Yeah.
So he turns around. So there's a lightning, and then he turns around, rushes back inside, and then only then to get just launched out. 15 feet.
Let me check. Yeah, 15 feet.
Okay. So he is unfortunately going to then just immediately rush back, but that's going to be an attack of opportunity from Petal.
If nothing else, it's funny.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll hit him. I don't think I have anything else to me cast a spell
Actually,
here, but I'm just gonna.
he's going to stay back here and hit you because he has a reach of 10 feet with these chains.
Oh, fair. Yeah.
Okay, so he's still going to. You're still going to take 38 slashing damage. And then Citrine. 1, 2. The 17 hit.
My armor class is 17.
Okay. So you're going to take 24 slashing damage. And you are
I want to use
grappled.
uncanny dodge to half that.
Okay. Have all of them? Because this is over 2 attacks.
Half the first one.
Okay, so that's going to be 6. Let me actually just roll one more time because the first one hits, which would make you grappled and restrained. So then the second attack would have advantage. That still doesn't crit. So then 17. So you're going to take a total of 17 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then next up is Vic. Vic has an AC of 14, but Drew is going to reaction shield, and both of those are going to miss. And then lastly, the poor schmuck within the Hecasaurus is going to use his action to try to break free. Athletics is probably the way to go. And I think it's
That does not do
17. Yeah, he doesn't do it. At this point, he doesn't really even care about dealing damage. He's just trying to get out of the jaws. But he's not able to, and that is going to be the end of that turn, and they're in that round. Next up is Heimdall. Heimdall is going to make 3 more attacks. Blinking again. Over here, breaking his grapple, and then going to make 3 more attacks. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Wow. All right. So let me pull out the calculator again. Only the first 2 hit for 30. Plus 19 plus 22
If that
plus
last one
24
had been
plus
a 7, what would he get?
that last one. 7 plus 14, so 21. So that would hit.
He hits.
Okay, so all 3 of those hit.
He does
Plus
stupid amounts of radiant
6.
damage, so
Plus 29 plus 18. It's another 148 damage. So All right. Yeah. Vucarik is not looking good whatsoever. This might be the last round of combat. So, all right, that is the end of Heimdall's turn.
All right, so
Alright.
Church is grappled again, right?
Church is grappled.
Grappled and restrained. So we'll start with that acrobatics check.
Okay. 17 makes it.
Okay. So first action, he breaks out. He will use first action to double tap whichever of these chain devils has taken more of a beating.
That would be the guy underneath him. But not by a lot.
Fallen. That dude's getting punched twice.
Okay. Okay, both of those hit for 13.
And we'll say spend a key point to do it again.
Okay. The 11 misses, but the 19 hits. Okay.
And he's kind of pinned down here, so I don't want to put him at risk for nothing. So I'll end Church's turn there and play it safe. I want to look at any condition real quick. Got it. Let me read a spell that is concentration. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm keeping my concentration for Bark Skin. I am going to spend my action to I'll start with just 2 punches to the guy to my left.
Okay. Both of those hit for
Yeah, the third one was an
No.
accident.
for 9, 23.
Yeah, that third one was an accident.
It's fine.
It does not count. And with my bonus action, I am going to do another unarmed attack at the guy to my bottom right.
Okay.
Actually, before I commit to that, would I be able to move myself to be between that guy and Tequila?
You would. It would cause an attack of opportunity from the guy behind you.
He can't attack me.
Oh, right.
Mobile.
Mobile feed. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you could do that.
So I am in that case. Yeah, I'll send the third attack to the first or to the guy I was beating on,
Okay.
and then just move myself to be between Tequila and the one. So roll for
Okay.
that third attack. I'll spend a moxie, hit him twice.
All right. What the fuck? All right. Yeah, a 31 is going to crit. So go ahead and roll another 2d8.
2d8.
Actually, no, it doesn't matter. You fucking knock his socks off, and he's dead.
Yeah, fuck him. Okay. And
Yourself right
put
there.
myself right by Tequila.
All right.
And that will be my turn. I'm gonna actually. I'm gonna pull up the call on my phone really quick. I'm gonna be in the other room for a minute.
No worries. Next up is Drew. What is Drew doing? Oh wait, I need to roll. It's a D8 plus his spellcasting, right? For the Yeah, okay. So let me roll. Fuck. All right. That. Cleric level? Okay. Okay, so that is 3 temporary hit points to everyone that is in his radius at the moment. That's Myra, Vic, Citrine, and Church all get, and Hecate all gain 3 temporary hit points. Next, now to his actual turn. I do not think he's been paying attention. Wait, no, he might have been paying attention to his spell.
He said that healing word was his last 3rd level.
Yep, and that is, he has a 0 in his 3rd level spells. I'm just looking at all the others because it doesn't. I'm just looking at all the other spell slots he has. All right, I think I'm gonna play it safe, and he's gonna cast 5-foot radius. So that would in fact. This big. Gonna move that here. He's gonna cast Moonbeam. Or no, yeah, 5-foot radius would be 10 foot. This. I'm not going to. He's gonna help out Church. Moonbeam. Oh boy. Okay, and then why is nothing? Oh, it's because okay. So that is a con save. DC 19. Crits. So going to take 16. $13 radiant damage. And I'm gonna say that's gonna be the end of his turn. Vucarik. Going to 1, 2 crits, 3, 4, and then Myra. Could I get a wisdom saving throw, please?
This is a charming effect, correct?
Yes.
Cool, so I do have advantage on this.
Okay.
Because I am a half-elf.
Okay. A 19 does not make it. So else who uses a bonus action. There's that again. Target can take no reactions and use its action only to dash. If the charmed target is more than 5 feet from the target, from Vucarik, the target must move as far as it can toward the Seraph. trying to come within 5 feet of it. The target avoids obvious danger, including opportunity attacks. If the target can't avoid such danger, the target can repeat the saving throw before entering the dangerous area. Okay, so you are charmed, and I will and our rule using the broom is something is part of you trying to make your way over.
Damn, I was hoping that because the broom is technically its
Yeah.
own thing, I might be able to make the saving throw again. Because
Yeah,
it'd be
but
like,
technically
oh, well,
the broom
it's
is
bad if I
also
have-
under your command, and I feel like a charmed creature would try to get a horse to move you. Would essentially try to get a horse to move for it still. Okay, so as for the damage, 22 plus 6 plus 11 plus, or no, that's not plus 11, that's plus 5 plus 3 plus 17 plus 5 plus 21 plus 2 equals 81. Please exceed. Okay, so that is going to be, oh god, that's coming a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Heimdall, also looking extremely rough. I will give you all that health bar.
Woof. And that is Heimdall's?
That is Heimdall's.
Eek.
Okay.
Is
I can't see
Vucarik
right now
also
how bad
looking
is it.
bad?
One more time, Myra?
It's bad. It's real bad. Vucarik, where is he? I assume we're not getting the health bar, but like bloodied.
He is, oh yeah, he is bloodied. He is at half health at the moment.
Okay.
He looks worn down, but it does look like Heimdall's a little worse for wear at the moment. Theoretically, it looks I did say that I think this would be the last round of combat. And that implying that Heimdall gets his next round, but the Chain Devils do go before Heimdall, I think. Yes. All right, Myra.
Okay, so I just have to go, and I can't use my action to do anything other than.
I'll actually
I
RP
just
for
have-
this for a second. What do you think? Because you watch as Vucarik's form, you see his entire appearance is concealed in these chains that entirely envelop his body, except for a searing violet pupil that pierces through the chains. And as it looks in your direction and almost consumes your entire entire attention, what do you think an alluring figure, a calming person, as his entire form takes on this appearance, who do you think his appearance mimics?
Okay, there are a couple of people. I'm just gonna roll a d6 to see.
It's not your
'cause I
grandfather.
genuinely-
I don't think that would be.
No, but I'm like, she had d4. I'm gonna stick with d6 because I'm like, she is on good terms with her siblings, her mother, and her grandmother. So like, okay, it is one of her. He takes the form of one of her twin little brothers. I think it's
Okay.
probably Caleb.
So you watch his entire form, and almost this void white space consume the area around the castle, just becomes this stark white. You could see everything else going on, but you almost you now see this figure, and you now see your young twin brother just sitting there, almost huddled and crying, like he's been the one, and you get this sense that you this urge of protection, trying to save him from Heimdall.
Yeah. I think she just screams his name, like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? No, 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 no. And just flies over and will park herself right here.
Okay. Uh,
And fully, like, on the ground, dismounts the broom.
okay. The rest of you kind of watch as Myra kind of just dismounts the broom, rushes over, and kind of is like on like kneeling down to kneeling down, but is kind of just staring off in a staring off in a blank direction. But chains slowly crack out of the surface of the floor of this castle and slowly begin to envelop around her legs. That is going to be the end of your turn. Moving on to
I can make a
Citrine.
saving throw, correct?
Is it at the end?
At the end of each of the target's turns.
Okay. Then yes.
I still at advantage because it's still charmed.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
It's these wisdom saving throws that I get you with. I get everyone.
I don't have good wisdom.
Nope. Well, I mean, a 4 is still pretty decent.
That is +3 for proficiency.
Yeah.
I don't have good wisdom.
Oh. Citrine.
My bad.
We cannot.
My bad. Sorry. Is this one? That's the one that has me grappled, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And
you do
just-
also take
Oh yes.
these,
2d6,
yeah, you can
right?
feel. Yep. God. Okay. So that is 2 piercing damage. As you slowly like kind of, it's not so much like a piercing pain, it's more like a burning sensation.
Right. And break out of restraint. Does that take an action?
That is an action, and it's either an acrobatics or an athletics check.
I will spend my action trying to break out, and it'll be in acrobatics.
Okay. DC is 14. Yep. You are able to slink out of the chains as they kind of recoil back into the chain devil.
And I can't use my dagger as a bonus action, correct?
No, because that would be two weapon fighting.
Yeah.
And you'd have to use your action to fight to attack first.
So then...
You do have your cunning actions if you want to use that
Yeah.
to disengage.
That's what I'm thinking about. I'm gonna use my cunning action, my bonus action to disengage.
Okay.
And where do I go? I will go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go there.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
Tequila. You are now
I'm
back to
grappled
back
now.
with Petal as the two of you are facing off individual chain demons.
Right. I am grappled, aren't I?
Yes, I think.
Because I was hit last time. Okay.
Mhm.
So I take any
So it's weird.
damage.
So it's weird.
starting?
Petal's kind of like slinking in between the chains that are like sliding up and like almost blocking the chains that would be grappling you, because it's this one here that is grappling you. That is grappling you.
Okay. Well. It's rough.
I will say this. I've won, thus far not been hit, and I get to remake the saving throw if I get harmed. So if you have a like line effect that could get Vucarik, and I get caught up in it, do it.
No, I got first levels left only.
Ah,
Down to the wire.
Yep. Um, yeah, I think my only real move here is do my punches on the guy to the right of me.
Okay. These are at disadvantage.
Oh, they're at disadvantage.
Yes, because
That
you are
changes
grappled and
things.
restrained.
If
Oh,
they're at
you are-
disadvantage,
You also take 5 piercing damage.
okay. Boom. Can I see Vucarik from there?
I will say no. Because there's, if you were to like move
There's
down
stuff in
here,
the way.
you'd get he'd get a slight bit of cover, but no. But where you
Yeah,
are now.
but I can't move because I'm grappled. Well, if I'm at disadvantage anyways, I might as well pull out the gun. Because I know these things are going to be a little sensitive to
Mhm.
radiant. And I will shoot at the one to the right of me.
Okay.
Disadvantage. Where's my gun?
An 18 hits and a natural 1. Okay, so the first one does hit. God.
Well,
So that is still 4 radiant damage, as as you are just like trying to fight against the chains of the guy on the other side of Petal, and you just decide, fuck it, take out a gun, turn around to the other guy, and he just manages to like move his head to the side as a radiant bullet just races and grazes the side of his head. Is that the end of your turn?
no, my bonus action is I would put this on Heimdall, but the turn order is not really with me. My bonus action is to put Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
Boom. And that's all I can do.
Okay. All right. Let me put this. I would say, given at what I'm looking at, it would still be incredibly useful to put a Sanctuary on Heimdall, because the Chain Devils are going to be going, and if they kill Heimdall before he's able to get his turn, then that's a huge amount of damage loss.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
And
a
also
good point.
killing
I'll put it on
Heimdall in
Heimdall.
general is just terrible.
I'll put it on Heimdall. Yeah, you got a good point.
You make it sound like
take the
Heimdall
DM
showed up a
assist.
week and a half in the future for the other party.
Uh-huh. Okay. Heimdall has the Sanctuary. Next up is Hecasaurus.
all right. Once again, crunching on the guy stuck in her mouth.
Okay. 15 does not hit.
Well,
See, at this point, he's kind of just like weaved in between the teeth. So he's not
Yeah.
even like, so he's like, he's just in the mouth entirely, but he's not getting pierced by any of the teeth.
yep. And then the one attacking Petal will get the tail.
Okay. That is gonna hit
Oof.
for 12.
Alright.
It would
The
be fun if the
Defecosaurus is-
polymorph gave like magical damage to the polymorphed person.
Cast
Yeah.
magic weapon on the tail.
All right. Next up is Vic. Vic, I'm gonna say he's gonna teleport here as a reaction, and is gonna launch 2 Eldritch Blasts into Vucarik.
Do they have anything that does cold damage? I know it's a long shot, but
18 and 25. The 25 does hit for 12 force damage. He moves 10 feet back. And does he have to concentrate on this? Hold on. Let me verify.
no effect on. Oh wait, the thing that's on me.
If the target is subjected to a harmful effect, if the target can't see or hear the seraph, the end of each of its yeah, okay. So unfortunately, Vucarik doesn't have to concentrate on that. So you are still charmed for the duration. But that does. Heimdall's already out of that. Okay. So that is going to be the end of Vic's turn. Now. Vucarik. So Vucarik gets sent back further towards his throne, and the Chain Devils are going to rush Heimdall. This one is going to attack you. Okay, so there are 2. So we'll get, actually, I need to get con save. Yep. Okay, so that's going to be half of 2d10. But it's still radiant damage, so it's a full 6. He's then going to step here. This guy is going to attack Church, and then Citrine. So 1, 2. Citrine does a 25. I'm assuming.
Yep.
Okay, so you take 12 slashing and are grappled.
I'm going to use my uncanny dodge to have that.
Okay. Then there's going to be 2 attacks towards Petal. 1, 2. 2 attacks towards Tequila. 1, 2. That's a 25 on Petal for 11 slashing damage and 24 on Tequila for 10.
I half the slashing damage from my dig deep, but I take it.
Okay. And also the attacks towards Tequila are at advantage because you are still grappled. So let me try that again. We'll say the first 2 attacks, the 9 and the 24, are just one attack at advantage, so that one still hits, and then 25 for 9 slashing damage.
Okay.
And then Vic is attacked twice. Those miss. And there's the guy in the jaws. Strength check. God.
He's fully wrapped himself
he's
around
accepted
the
his fate. He's just sliding further down into the mouth of okay. So now we have 2 more chain devils. These 2 are both going to be attacking Heimdall.
Sanctuary.
He has Sanctuary, which means that they both, until the spell ends, any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful effect spell must make a Wisdom saving throw or choose a new target. So, we're going to make 4 Wisdom saving throws with advantage because they have magical resistance. What is the DC for these? 17?
17.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 of them successfully save. Do we have any more portents? Oh wait, no, you can't use your reactions at the moment.
Importance aren't a reaction, but no, I'm out of them anyway.
Yeah.
I thought you said only 2 of them were attacking.
There's 2 of them attacking, but they both have
I think
but they
if
both
they
have 2
fail
attacks.
once, they just have to pick a different person for the whole round.
Okay. In that case, then there's still, so one of them fails, one of them succeeds. So now there's only 2 attacks towards Heimdall. They no longer have advantage from flanking Vucarik. So now it is just 2 attacks. Heimdall has an AC of... I had it. Heimdall has an AC of 20. One, 2.
Fuck.
7 slashing damage,
Does he have more than 7?
and he's still up.
Thank fuck.
For some reason, every time I put in I put in an input for the current HP, the whole health bar just dies. But yeah, he is still alive. Grappled, but that's not going to matter to him in like 3 seconds. Meanwhile, this guy who had to pick a new target is going to attack Church. Because why not? 21, I think, hits Church for 12 and is grappled.
Well, I mean, I've been reading through the rest of his his stuff. His AC we had sitting at 20. So I found this ability. So his AC is at 22 right now.
If you make it an honorary strike on your turn and you're holding a Kensei weapon.
Which, it's any unarmed weapon.
Yeah, which is,
the fists count as a weapon because monk stuff.
I think he also has a longsword.
He does have a longsword.
He has a longsword, he has a quarterstaff as well, but yeah, I'm surprised while the weapon is in your... It specifies a weapon, specifically being in your hands.
Which...
But I guess, like, why... I feel like... Okay. Anyways, sure. He has an AC of 22, which means he does not get hit. I don't think that mattered at any other point aside from this.
I don't think it has either.
Okay. So now, Heimdall's turn, top of the round. Bonus action blinks over here. And he's going to make 3 attacks. 1, 2. Oh no. Fuck me. Okay. That just got very interesting. Okay. Why did his health go away again? It was... I think it was something like that. Okay, so... one of them hits. 29 and then 20 for 49. Vucarik is still up, but at this point, you watch as the final hit that manages to land, he stabs directly into Vucarik's gut, the blade burning inside his wound as Heimdall rips it out rips it out of his torso, and Vucarik just crumbles to the ground. He is just wheezing and doesn't look like he's gonna put up much more of a fight. Unless he gets his turn, but that is.
Myra is still screaming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you kind of just, I imagine you're still like, he's still taking on the visage of the child, and you just watch 2 Eldritch Blasts just send your brother backwards.
Like this
as Heimdall just
11-year-old
wails on
boy.
him. This fucking like 3-foot child just gets sent backwards by an Eldritch Blast. A blade sinks into his gut.
Myra is
Holy
like,
fuck.
these are like sounds you have never heard from her. Like
Holy
any
shit.
amount of composure she has appeared to have had is gone.
Okay.
It's elvish, but only kind of.
Alright. Church.
Does Church have a clear shot to Vucarik from here?
Ranged weapon wise, yes.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful. So I'm gonna start out with the bonus action Kinsei's shot ability to add an extra D4 of magical piercing damage to all of his bow attacks.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make 4 bow attacks.
Okay. I should clarify you won't need it. You just need 1.
Fuck
go
yeah,
ahead.
let's go.
But go ahead.
We're emptying this clip. Let's go.
Empty the clip. Miss. That's a hit.
Nat 20.
The 24 hit anyways, but the nat 20 is beautiful.
We're going with the nat 20. It's way more
I'm
satisfying.
so upset that we did in fact have a session, because now the person that's not here lands the final blow.
This is going to add an additional 3d4 damage. Fuck him.
Okay, sure. Aaron, how do you want to do this?
I feel like Church normally isn't too big on killing people that he fights. So I feel like his hand trembles a little bit as he notches the first arrow and misses. But then he hears Myra screaming from this mind control effect and just locks the fuck in.
Hell yeah.
Before firing his last 2 arrows.
You sink it right through, and as Myra, you are screaming at the sight of your brother being brutally murdered. His head like rears back up from falling backwards, and one of the things you finally start to notice is one of his eyes is void black with a searing violet purple, before an arrow sinks into his eye and strikes it, obliterating the eye, and the arrow streaks past his head and continues on, and the entire visage just flickers as the charmed effect ends and Vucarik's body revealed, the arrow having synced into through Vucarik's chains into his eye, and he crumbles down, slumping back down onto the floor.
And the swarm of tiny champs begins feasting on his body for an extra d6 of damage after he dies.
Sure. The chain demons around you scream in agony. Scream in agony. At first, it's almost as you almost can. It's a mournful wail, but then you realize it is a painful wail. It is not so much they are worried about it. They are concerned for their leader. They are now almost feeling the effects of the pain of the searing, boiling pain of the chains around them as they begin to wither and crumple, and they all drop dead. And that is and I will say that is the end of combat.
Did we level up?
All right. So, I will turn off the music. You watch as Heimdall is just there with his blade in hand, and he just drops to his knees, trying to hold himself up with the reverse script blade in his hand. But you all are victorious, and you hear on the outside as the rest of the demons are slowly dealt with. They do not. The chain demons are seemingly the only ones that are almost this. Whatever spell on the chain demons is broken, as they all begin to crumble under the weight of their own chains, while the other demons continue until death, slowly dwindled by the Aesir outside. And the battle of Vucarik's castle is victorious.
Ignore this. This is just for me. Okay, yeah. Myra just starts throwing Ray of Frost cantrips at Vucarik's corpse, calling him everything but a child of God in every language she knows. She is, like, shaking with rage and crying.
Okay. I imagine this breaks the concentration of Hecate as she shrinks back down to a.
Yeah, she just poor Hecate has to like try and like spit out this.
All right. Okay. So, you all watch as the battle slowly concludes with the Aesir slowly conquering Vucarik's city and his castle. The Aesir begin to slowly continue to build upon Vucarik's castle as the dragons let out a victorious roar, followed shortly by the victorious battle cries of the Aesir orcs below, having not only taken care of the coast of this volcano, but begin flooding through the streets of the city outside the castle and around the volcano. The day is won. I had a bit more, but if you guys want to end it there on a light note, we can.
I feel like, especially considering the fact that basically everyone is not here.
And now that like
and you
half the
mentioned
party is gone.
possibly- Yeah, you mentioned that there was a possible after.
After credits thing, yeah.
Yeah.
It was gonna be a fun
Perhaps
plot
we wait.
twist thing of the end the session, but yeah, sure, we can. Yeah. All right. So with that, that's going to conclude this session for tonight. As we will pick up
Woo.
in the after throes of tonight's combat. I was trying to think about a way in which Heimdall would possibly react to Myra, but I don't think Heimdall would be that kind of like comforting person if it was like Balder or something. But nah. Okay.
He's just like, this person who I have never met before is clearly having a moment,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just gonna let them continue.
I think we've discussed the Chained Oblivion before, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I when you said when you were cursing them out and calling them anything but God's children, I realized I was like, oh wait, the thing that possessed Zoremiel in the last session, that could be interpreted as this guy because it's literally a chained demon. But but no, this is not the Chained Oblivion. Spoilers. But yeah, all right. So that is going to be the end of tonight's session. Thank you guys for coming out. Our next session is going to be the 24th of May.
Whoa.
Yeah. It is going to be a downtime session, and you do, in fact, level up.
Eh.
Second level spell slots.
Yay! All right.
I need to get more spell scrolls.
Permission to swap out one of my cantrips, Captain.
I can't wait when all three wizards combine together to be the ultimate bane of my existence. Because there are two more wizards in the other group.
All I'm saying is if you stack 3 third-level spell slots on top of each other, that equals a 9th-level spell slot.
Dude, I had a moment with I had like a little combo move in one of my campaigns. With I was a player and I had another, and there was another player. We were both clerics. I was a druid cleric. He was just a normal cleric. But we had this combo move where we called the Moon Haunts You, where we both casted Moonbeam in the exact same location. And it was 2 con saves for 2d10 radiant damage, hugging every single turn.
The
Oh, I
moon.
get a feat.
Actually, do you mind if I swap out a cantrip?
Yep.
From my spell list? Okay.
I don't get any ASIs, but I do get Warcaster.
Yeah, I took Shocking Grasp initially because I thought, oh yeah, I might need to tase someone and walk away, and then I remembered that I have the mobile
Oh yeah,
feat.
you do that every single turn
I
anyway.
just do that, so
You just
I want to
do
ranged
that.
attack. Yeah, I'm swapping it out for Firebolt.
Alright. Alright, well, if you have any questions about leveling up, do let me know. But with that, that is going to be the end of the session for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.
Good night, nerds.
Night.
Night,
Bye.
everybody.